Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to discover some real-world problems, kind of combining all the stuff that we learned. You are going to be expected to be able to find perimeter and area of certain figures when you're given, a variable sides, variable lengths, variable radius, all that good stuff. So to start out, we are going to do number one, and I'm just going to help you set them up, and then I expect you guys to finish the rest. All right, so review here of perimeter. Perimeter just means add up all the sides. So first I'm going to start with this first side here. X squared plus 4x. Okay, and then I'm going to just go to the right. Then I got plus 3x plus 1. Then I got plus 2x squared minus 4. And one last color for the last side. We'll do this one in pink. Alright, and then the x plus 10. Plus x plus 10. Okay? And now all those sides are added up, and so now it's set up exactly like how we had a problem yesterday and the day before. Okay, so what you want to do is just combine like terms, just to start you out. Now you see a like term here, x squared, and another x squared here. And that seems like all of them, and then just keep adding up all of the like terms. Alright, so that should get you started on that one. Number two, same exact thing, except now you only got 3 sides. Okay, so same thing there. It gives you 2 problems to practice for perimeter. Alright, and then area. What is the area of the rectangle? Okay, remember area means of rectangle means length times width. Alright, so if you take the length, which is 2x minus 3, and then you take the width, which is x plus 2. That's the same thing as saying area is equal to length times width. Okay, so 2x minus 3 represents the length. X plus 2 represents the width, and now you just multiply those two together, just like we did yesterday, multiplying binomials. All right, same thing with number 4. Same exact problem. It gives you two of them to practice. All right, and then number 5 and 6. These ones are both kind of special here because we have to realize what a square means. Okay, a square means that all the sides are the same. Okay, so when it says what is the area, okay, think of a square here. What is the area? It tells us one side is x plus 3. Okay, well if it's a square, that means all sides are x plus 3. And to find the area, all we need is 2 side lengths, a length times width. But a square, the length and width, they're going to be the same exact thing. So what we want to do is write this as x plus 3 times x plus 3. Okay? All right, so once again, that's the same gives you practice on multiplying binomials. All right, this next one, setting this up, I'll leave that in the frame so you can look at it if you did not finish writing. All right, I gave you the area of a circle because you will always be given a formula sheet. They'll have that perimeter and area. Therefore, you will not, though. A perimeter area of a square and a rectangle. You will not be given that formula. You do need to make sure you know that. All right. Now, the radius is 3x minus 5. Okay, so plugging in the radius to this formula. Okay, so we're going to go pi. Now the pi, I want you to have pi in your answer. Okay, so pi could just be multiplying to the end, all right, or outside the parentheses. So pi, and then times the r. Okay, so the r, if you look up at the original problem, is 3x minus 5, or the radius is 3x minus 5. And then you're going to have that squared, okay? And these are in your notes, all right? So you guys got to remember, hey, what do I do with this exponent of 2, okay? Do I distribute it? No, you do not, right? You're going to rewrite it twice, okay? But I'm going to let you guys figure that one out. All right, and the pi, like I said, the pi, let it just hang out on the end outside the parentheses. You don't need to multiply it by 3.14. Just leave it as pi. All right, so that takes care of the front. And then the back, if we go ahead, I'm going to shrink that up. I will post this back up in case you guys did not finish copying. All right, the back, this is just more review off of finding a greatest common factor and then the factoring completely. Okay, remember the factoring completely, you're going to have your GCF outside of the parentheses and all of your factor form after you divide inside the parentheses. So what I always did is I rewrote this 108 f to the 3rd power minus 54. And you have to figure out what is the biggest number that goes into 54 and 108. We know it cannot be bigger. It cannot be bigger than 54. So first start with 54. Does 54 go into 108? I think you'll find that it does. It goes 2 times. So we can divide by 54 outside, and I'll let you guys figure out the rest. If you get confused, just go back to your notes or your worksheets from yesterday and the day before. All right, and number 8 is the same exact way. Okay, number 9 and 10, these are challenge problems, so I'm going to go over number 9 with you, and then I expect you guys to do number 10. Okay, these ones are a little harder because there is more than one variable. Okay, so once again, I'm going to write this 8m to the third n to the fourth plus 32m n to the second. Okay, write your upside down division sign. Okay, first always start with the constants or the coefficients. Okay, what's the smallest coefficient? We got 8 there. Okay, does 8 go into 32? It does evenly, so we can divide by 8. Okay, and if I divide everything by 8, the first term, 8m to the third n to the fourth, if we divide that by 8, that's just going to give us the variables, m to the third, n to the fourth. It is not necessary to put a 1 in front of that. Okay, all right, and then now we know this is going to be positive, so this is a plus. And then 32m n to the second divided by 8. Well, 32 divided by 8 is 4. And then the m into the second don't get touched yet. Okay. All right. There is 2 more things that these have in common. I'm going to start with the m. Okay. So you see how they all have an m in common. Okay. So what is the smallest exponent you see? You see right here. This is the smallest exponent. So that means m to the first power. Okay. That means m to the first power. So we can divide by an m. Okay, so if we divide everything by an m, then that means the n is not going to get touched. Okay, so m to the third, n to the fourth. Well, remember, you're just subtracting the exponent. So the m on the outside here, the m on the outside, that has an exponent of 1. So m to the 3 minus 1 is going to be m squared. And then you're going to have, I didn't mean to do that in red. Let me do that back in black. Okay, so now you're going to have m squared. And then the n to the fourth does not get touched yet. And then plus the constant 4 does not get touched. Now m into the second divided by m, well, that's 2m to the first, so therefore they cancel out. Okay, so now you're just going to be left with n to the second. All right, and now they both have n in common, so now we're going to divide by an n. Okay, but we want to look at what the lowest exponent of n is. Okay, so we got n to the fourth here, and then we got n to the second. So n to the second is the lowest one, so we want to divide by an n to the second. Okay, so the first term, m to the second, n to the fourth. If you divide, remember you're subtracting exponents, so m to the second doesn't get touched because we're not dividing by an m anymore. All right, and then you got n to the fourth over n to the second. That gives you n to the 4 minus 2, which is 2. And then plus, remember the constant does not get changed. And then 4, and then n to the second over n to the second. Well, that gives you 1, so we don't need to put an n there. So that's just plus 4. All right, very good. And now your GCF is going to be what? All that stuff, all that junk you divided by. So we got m to the first, n to the second is on the outside. Then in parentheses, you're going to have this final answer down here. M to the second, n to the second, then plus 4. And that'll be your final answer. Okay. So once again, that is a little bit harder. I want you guys to expand your minds a little bit, expand your brains. And then number 10 is going to be the same except using w and x. Okay, so try to figure that one out on your own. Okay, and if you did not get the first page, we can either pause the video or we can copy faster. All right, and here's that first page if you did not get that down. Okay.